everything works. There's not much to say when things are working fine. People won't be able to see what's behind me, but if I can change my camera, then maybe this, and I have to stop the background. Where's the background? Background and filters. No. No, none's the best one. And then maybe actually like this. Everybody. And
yes,
well, I am grounded. I have a static electric lab coat on as well for people who are watching. And
wow, that looks really great.
thank you. And I have 1, 2, 3 different oscilloscopes with different capabilities. One digital signal generator, all right, and one proper power supply. Maybe I will switch to the other camera, and then I can actually show them. So yeah, those are my nice globes, which can go up to 40,000 volts, which is a good thing because we are generating thousands of volts here. And that's the first oscilloscope. It's a C-blend oscilloscope with 4 channels, and the advantage of it is you can actually view it on a computer. It's connected to the network. This is the signal generator, and this is actually the basically circuit board, which makes the magic happen. It was designed and built by Master Ivo. I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing the name correct. So he designed it, and he kindly built it as well for me. And there is a battery that supplies the 12 volt to the board that makes the board work. There are multiple fuses, and this basic connection is actually the on-off. So when you plug it in, the board turns on. You have to turn on the signal generator, and once the signal generator is on, it starts supplying power and square waveform to the gate drivers, and then those gate drivers basically send the signal to the MOSFETs, which are fast switching devices. And what they will do is they will create an impulse for a very, very short period of time. And it's also going to be multiple of those impulses in a very, very high frequency. Now we have actually 4 different Nikola Tesla coils. Yeah, this goes back all the way to early 1900s or late 1800s. I can't remember now, but it could be 1901. The patent number is, I guess, 051234, something like that. But it's very easy to remember. And of course, the electric motor is my birthday of this lifetime, which is also interesting. And another tablet oscilloscope, another handheld oscilloscope. This is the main power source. And the main power source, what it does is it supplies it's connected in a serial way. It's cheaper to use it like this. You can get, of course, a single unit that you don't have to have 2 outputs connected in a serial way. But since it has 2 outputs, it's actually the same thing. It has 3 outputs actually, but the third one, you cannot adjust the voltage. Now we have here, before I turn this on, a probe, a high voltage probe. What this does is actually it divides the voltage by 1,000 times. So let's say you have 10,000 volts. What you're going to get on the probe's other side, the black side, is only 10 units, let's say, not even volts, 10 volts. And when you configure your oscilloscopes properly, then you will actually see how many kilovolts that you're generating. The detail, oh, we have another actually here, high voltage probe. This voltage doesn't change that much, but the coils, which are actually part of the magic, the first two coils are connected as a single coil, all right? And then there is a third coil, and there is inductance in between. And if I can try to show you that, it's actually like this. There are spacers in between. Can you see them?
Yes.
Okay, so
it's so interesting.
I think that's 25 millimeters height, 2.5 centimeters. And obviously, oh, yeah, this is funny, by the way. We have a battery that supplies the 12 volt properly tuned, let's say, voltage to the board, because it has to be very, very stable. And the name of the, of course, battery is Die Hard. And just
oh my
wanted
God.
to, yeah, just wanted to show that. So I'm not going to go easy. It's going to be hard. So this, the third one is in loose coupling. This is what we call loose coupling because there is space between these. So this one generates the impulses and the voltage and the magnetic field and the dielectric field. And then this guy, the third coil, actually takes that, multiplies that. And then the magic is actually with the fourth coil. As you can see, it's not the same size. It's slightly smaller. And this guy makes actually the voltage, current, everything to be in phase. When I'm running all of this, the heat is negligible. Like this, the third coil gets a little bit hot. And when I say a little bit hot, it's just like around 30 degrees Celsius. So it's nothing. And the MOSFETs, the switching actually circuits, they don't get more than 20 degrees Celsius. The capacitors over there and over here, they don't heat up at all. The other coils don't heat up. I mean, the design is great. It's really, really good design. And thanks to Master Ivo. Oh, by the way, I'm not here to take any credit for anything, okay? It's Master Ivo who did this design. He's Dutch in Netherlands. He has a channel as well. You can find it as Master Ivo. I can post it later on in the description of the video as well. And so you can go to his channel. There is another gentleman which is actually doing the same work. What we are going to do eventually is everybody has a different perspective on what to do. And those friends are actually hardcore researchers. And by hardcore researchers, I mean that they are doing the practical and also the theoretic research on Tesla, basically. And because of that, they have a different vision and they have a different way to go. And since I'm talking, And I respect that. My concentration is how do I convert all of this into a plug on the other side where you can actually connect your household electric devices or replace your main house electric system, the main circuit system, so that you can have electricity in your house and don't pay anything for it. Now, this technology is already open source, explained by Master Ivo. And I am also going to continue to broadcast and put the information online as well about how to do this. And currently, it's not a product to be given to unexperienced user. As you can see, it's very detailed. But soon, I am working 24/7 on this to make it available to the people. And once it happens, it's going to change the world. Then we can discuss if anybody believes in reincarnation, and if I am Nikola Tesla or not reincarnated in this lifetime. We can discuss that, but that's not important for me. The credit goes to the whole humanity, and anybody who tried to free humanity from the slavery that we are in gets the credit. This is not something that I do for fame. Same personality as I was 2 lifetimes ago. I don't care about the money. I don't care about the fame. All I want is that this to work and make people free. All right. The theory behind this, how it works, is actually quite simple. And let me explain that for a little while so that people get an idea about what this exactly is doing. What happened in the past about all of this electricity theories and generation and other things was it was suppressed, obviously, by the whatever you call the bad guys, let's say. They have different names, I guess, but they stopped the distribution of this information many times, not once. Not just at Nikola Tesla's time, but after that as well. Many people actually who read Nikola Tesla's books, lectures, notes, especially the Colorado Springs notes, page number 74 is interesting. And they figured out, like Master Ivo, for example. And since they figured it out, they tried to basically bring it either to the market for profit, or they tried to give it free for everybody. But every single time, these men in black, let's say, paid them a visit, and they are either rich, retired somewhere now because they complied with the offer, or they are dead. So I don't care about being rich, as I said. I don't care. I've been there, and I don't come from a rich family. I had an internet company that I started and experienced the financial freedom, let's say, and it doesn't bring happiness anyways. So now I am back to my roots after my company was stolen by these men in black. I was too successful for them, and they couldn't get me into their rituals so that they can blackmail me, because I'm not that kind of a person. I wouldn't do anything those Satanists are doing. So don't forget, I'm also Metatron. So The last thing that I will be doing is anything related to the devil and Satan. That's like impossible. They are my enemies. And the theory is when the electricity is conducted from point A to point B, there is actually no little electron traveling from here to here. It's basically the electrons are pushing each other and they are vibrating, okay? And that vibration is actually the electricity. And when you have transformers, you see like high voltage voltage lines, they come into this huge transforming stations. And then you see the transformers, the coils on one side and then the coils on the other side. So the huge high voltage changes into lower voltage that can be distributed. And the way that is done is without touching. So the electrons are not jumping, the electrons are not going. It's basically the field. Electricity is conducted by the field. And electricity is not just the way that we are using that energy. There is maybe today we have to say electricity 1, electricity 2, because there is another type of electricity, the electric field, the radiant energy, as I called it before. And that one is basically perpendicular to the magnetic, electromagnetic field. And that field also has unlimited power because we have it all around us. Whatever we call it doesn't matter. Some people call it ether. Some people call it the electric field or the radiant field, doesn't matter. They omitted this information in the school. So when you were learning about electricity, you didn't know how electricity was conducted from one point to another. And you also didn't know that there are two different fields actually that are full of power, and you can convert from one to another. That's what the fourth coil here is doing. And you can utilize that unlimited energy that is around you. I mean, Tesla wanted to even simplify that by generating this method of energy and then transferring it wirelessly. That will simplify the devices on the receiver side, but I also don't see any problem in producing this and making it a household device for generating power inside the house. The reason most probably I tried to do it through wireless power transmission through the ether is because we did not have the microelectronic parts that we have today. It's called the solid state devices. So it's the people will most probably understand if I say, when we switched from the old type of radios that had these vacuum tubes inside to the transistor-based small radios, that's the difference. So not everybody will be able to generate high levels of voltage and then convert it to a usable household, usable voltage in their house without the solid state devices would have been very, very difficult. I mean, the vacuum tubes that you would have to have will be big and it will be impractical to maintain. But with this kind of a miniature design, and this design can go up to more than 200 times of electricity generation easily. When you basically apply X amount of energy, the outcome is 200 times X. So, but you don't need 200 times X at home. You can actually tune this down. And then what will happen is you're going to have less multiplication of the energy, let's say, but it will be more than enough for maybe a couple of houses together even. So let me show how it works. And you know, whenever people show something important live on the internet, it won't work. So let's keep that in mind. And I am the one who is talking, but Slavka, if you have any questions, I can also answer them while I'm turning this thing on.
Yeah, I'm just so excited. This is remarkable, and to hear such uplifting news from you gives a lot of hope.
Thank you. And so let's see. Well, first thing, I'm grounded, okay, to the earth with a huge copper cable, because this is something that can kill you very easily. And we start with turning on the signal generator. All right. Okay. So the signal generator, let's change the wave to square wave. And apparently I am running out of battery on my phone. So let me connect at the same time to the power. Let's see. I hope it will work.
Yeah.
Just a second. It doesn't show any electricity coming in. All right. The other side was not properly connected. Now it should come back. Yeah. All right. Perfect. Perfect. So now I will show this once the system is running, because it will be easier to explain. All right. So this is how the system turns on. Ta-da! All right. So the system is running. The light is on, and you can see the fans on the switching modules, the MOSFETs. And because sometimes if you load them really a lot, then they get really warm. And right now the board is running, the signal generator is running, but the main voltage system is not on. So if I turn it on, and I can completely turn it down. So it's at 0 volts, 0 amperes. And we start actually maybe small with, I have to turn the voltage, okay, again. All right, so maybe about like 5.6, 5.7 volts. And the system is actually now being fed into here 2 times of those, like the total of those 2 volts. So about 11, 12 volts. Now, as you can see on the devices, there is no movement. So hopefully we will be able to see this easily. And we have to actually, this second channel is not necessary on this one. This one on 1x100x. Well, this one doesn't have 1000x, but 100x is also pretty good. And let's see now what's going to happen. Okay. Now, the trick here is this is what I meant when I said everything is about vibration, the frequencies, because the coils has to be tuned to a certain specific frequency, and that frequency is actually standard. It's standardized for the coils that you're producing, but you have to find that frequency when you change your, for example, cables that feed that frequency to your circuit board. So that's why the system has to have these devices. Because this is laboratory. Once you produce these coils in a factory, they will be completely like standardized, and the deviation won't be a problem, and they will be tuned before they are shipped. So people won't be able to change anything about it, because they will only plug it to the electricity, and they won't have to actually just, I will come to that later on as well. But right now I will show you, let's change the voltage, because there is a gate voltage that needs to be changed. And once that voltage comes to a certain level, it will start triggering the pulse generators. And the last time I checked it, it was like 7.6 volts. And then I will just hold the phone like this to, let's have a look at now. See, something happened already at 5.7 volts, and we are at 10,000 kilohertz. And oh, the points are, which one was which? Let me see. Well, we will figure it out easily. So now we have some movement on the oscilloscope. As you can see, we are at 5.9 volts. And let's get up to 7.2 maybe. It should be fine. And let's go to the frequency side. Now we are at 10 kilohertz, kilocycles. Okay, I don't like the name hertz. Kilocycles. And now I am increasing it by one, so 1,000 cycles. So now we are at 11,000 cycles, okay? And this is going to go up. As you can see, the voltage is also changing. That is supplied to the system automatically. And this actually fine tunes when it comes to the level of 54 kilohertz. This is what I have found before, but the amplitude needed to be, let's make it 7.7. That's good enough. I'll turn the second channel off on this one. And it seems to be okay for on that side. Now, here, actually, this tablet one is the first time that I'm using it. The other one is there. So we have here more than 1,000 volts and frequency volts. Well, here we have basically 1.6 kilovolts. So 1,600 volts at the end. Now, what we can do is we can increase the voltage like this. And don't forget the voltage is actually multiplied. All right. So you can see that here. Yeah, I like the tablet oscilloscope because it's very easy to control. And as you can see, Now we have 333 volts. That's interesting, by the way. It has to
Wow.
be times 10. It has to be times 10. The reason is the multiplication on this input is only 100 times maximum, not 1,000 times. So it's showing it 10 times less. So you have to multiply it by 10. So we have 3,333 volts on the other side. And on the internal side, it's generally about, 2,000 to 3,000 volts, which is here before that capacitor. And that's it. That's basically it. And if we get into the details of it, yes, we can. But the thing is, then you have to get into incredibly fine tuning of the frequency, which is also possible, of course. And you will see, let's say, now this is not going to be fine tuning because it's going to be 1,000 cycles when I change it, but you are going to see different things. See, the max from top to bottom has changed, and there are spikes. So when the frequency is increasing, the voltage changes everywhere, and then you all of a sudden at some point you start seeing a different type of a wave. And maybe the reason that the Tesla Motors cars have this Tesla logo is maybe because of this, the T over there with a bottoming spike.
You're right.
Yeah, I think so. And when you increase the frequency, of course, everything changes. But it's not about the increasing something. It's basically trying to get it into a fine-tuned waveform so that it can be used by regular folks in their houses. So yeah, again, we are at 54,000 cycles, 53. It's pretty good actually at 53 right now. See, yeah, it's not a bad signal. It's pretty good, and it is 6,666 volts. I don't like that number. It's very, very devilish, but it can also be changed. Let's do some tricks here, a little bit, maybe. Maybe it will change a little bit with that. And yeah, that's interesting because that can easily be changed here to just a sec. There are different modes for this, so that's why we are seeing those. Come on, there has to be a default option here. Auto trigger mode, auto rising, trigger channel 1, everything is okay. Move fast, move slow, run. Waveform view. Everything is okay, actually, interesting. How the heck? No. See, this is why I was not 100% sure if I should just use it like this, but okay. Anyways, I kept hitting that and then it did something different. So control, run, stop, auto sets, finally. Now I'm okay. So yeah, now I changed the setting. So we are down to basically, oh no, this is, well, we are over 1,500 volts. Let's put it that way as the output. And once the frequency changes, the waveform changes. As you can see now, there are spikes. And the idea is to make sure that there are no spikes and it is stable. So we have to go back slightly. And once we get there, I can actually start fine-tuning, changing it slowly. Instead of 1,000 every time, I can change it from 100 cycle difference. So it will change a little bit slowly. As you can see, that spike is disappearing. And it is, yeah, I'm not surprised. 53,400 cycles, 534, magic numbers. And yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. So I don't like the way that this guy is showing all the measurements. Measures. Okay. Channel 1, channel 2. Surprising. For channel 1, V max, V minimum, frequency. Let's see if this is going to be okay. All right. Don't forget, we have to multiply these by 10. And when we are looking at here, you can see it's basically from peak to peak, about more than 5,000 volts. All right. So we are basically generating more than 5,000 volts in the proper waveform that can be utilized for electricity. And well, that's what we wanted to do. And yep. It's working. And it's working. So after this, what needs to be done, in my opinion, to put this information in a more digestible way, let's say, on the internet, and then try to get funding for it. Because if we can get funding, then we can make this available for everybody. And I will just show actually the temperatures on the switching. As you can see, it's not hot at all. This is Celsius, 22, 23 maximum. And let's have a look at the coils. Top coil is showing 25, 26. The fan noise that you're hearing, sometimes it starts and stops, is actually because of the DC voltage generator. It's properly generating the voltage. It's a laboratory device. That's why it's heating up. It's not about the amount of energy that is being transferred, because voltage is serially connected. It's about 34 volts. That's nothing. And the amperes that is pulling is 1.7. So all computers are in use or in the drawer. Can you multiply 34 by 1.8 if you have a device in front of you? And then meanwhile, I'll continue showing.
Can you repeat, please?
The numbers that you need to multiply is 34
Yes.
times 1.77.
60.18.
60. So we have 60 watts of input. I mean, that's nothing. 60 watts is nothing. And the main board voltage is only 12 volts and coming from a basic battery. Actually, that's one of the garden machine battery. It's funny. And that's it. The power requirement is minimum. So the top coil, 28 degrees. Some parts are 30 degrees, 27. The third coil is the one that gets a little hot, but not that much. I mean, it hasn't reached more than 34, 35 at all. So, and then the other coils are, as you can see, 28, 22, like there is nothing there. And then this capacitors are also 24. And this capacitor is 21. Again, the generators are 20, 22. The gate drivers are also cool. They are not hot. There's nothing overheating here. Knock on wood, guys. If you have wood around you, like me, knock on wood, it's working. So since I showed the temperatures as well, I think that's pretty much what it is. And after this, what needs to be done for people who want to continue this as a research? Hey, you disappeared. Oh, okay, now you're back. So if people want to continue this as a research, they can and they should, because that's one of the things that is important that needs to be done. And another thing that needs to be done is, of course, create an organization, not-for-profit organization. Since I am living in the United States right now, I will create one here. And maybe I will use my church as the organization, because this is for the benefit of humankind. And I already have a church properly registered, the Metatronic Church of North America. And the difference of the church is we accept all the original books of the Bible, including books of Enoch, like the Ethiopian Orthodox Church does. So we follow their lead on that, because they have the most books in their Bible. The Ethiopian Orthodox Bible is very inclusive. And the other Bibles took certain things out. King James Bible. King James is not a cleric. King James is not an authority on God or the relationship of God's creations and God. So no king, no Caesar, no dictator, no president, no prime minister or minister, no doctor, no priest, no minister can enter between the creation and then the creator. So that's what it is. And I also claim to be Enoch as well. because Enoch turns into Metatron. But I posted more than 1,000 videos actually on my YouTube channel in the last couple of years. That's a lot. That's a lot. So anyways, I'm going to turn the system down. It's working fine. There are more details on Master Evo's channel. And I will also post a direct link to that if you cannot find it. But if you just type Master Evo, you should be able to get it. Sometimes he uses his name at the master part as without the vowels. So it's without A or E. That's how you write it. And then Evo is spelled as I-V-O. The credit of doing all of that part goes to him. And anybody else who contributed, of course, to the development. And I also want to give credit to Edward King, who is actually has sponsored me financially to be able to get this thing done right now. This has been a wish, let's say, for him for the last 20 years. He experimented with induction systems. He basically, without even reading the patents of Tesla, he came up with the idea of the bifilar coil himself. So I want to give both intellectual credit and financial credit to Edward King. He is a senior scientist. He worked for a company called High-Tech that doesn't exist today, but it was a defense industry contractor. And he was responsible for the first generation, second generation cameras of the spy satellites. So we have a very nice gentleman. He's a gentleman, 83 years old. Still has a brain that ticks perfectly. And he's dedicated to the benefit of humankind as well. I hope he continues his life many, many years and then sees the result of his support turning into everyday benefits for the humankind. And that's about that. I give those credits. Of course, I give credits to everybody who supported me. I mean, this also weren't going to be possible if it wasn't for my wife. Thank you, Irene. Thank you very much. Slavka, you helped me a lot. You continue to help me a lot. Thank you, dear. We are family. People might not know that, but we are family. We are kin. And anybody else, even it goes all the way back to the teachers in high school that I hated in the electronic class. I decided to take the electric class instead of the computer class because I was already better than the teachers in computers. There was no point. But with electricity, I've been in this lifetime experimenting from a very, very young age. And magnetism, I said this when I was a teenager, that it's going to be the solution to energy. And that's what this is. It's magnetic induction. And we are we are changing the magnetic field into the electric field and then back again. So that's why there is amplification. So it's pretty simple, right? I mean, you send high-speed impulses, high-voltage impulses that you can create with a simple system, simple circuit board, the size of my hand. And then you have 4 coils. 3 of these coils are based on number pi, not pi, but sorry, number phi. So we call them phi coils as well. And if people go to 27.fyi, it's my website, 2727.fyi, short for your information. There is a lot of information about me and number pi, number phi, my children, their birthday, they are triplets in this lifetime, number 27. All of that is actually can be seen on 27.fyi. And my YouTube channel is Metatron.tv. So Slavka, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I just put the link to Master Ivo's YouTube channel in the chat, as well as your website, 27.fyi. So
thank you.
Go please and check it out. Thank you too.
Do you see how many people are watching us right now? Are we still on our own?
We're 5.
5 people. Ooh.
Yeah.
Huge. Yeah, 5 watching now.
That's better than no one. So welcome and thank you for joining.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Interesting. It doesn't show the information that you put. Where did you put them? Into the description or into the chat? I think you
chat directly. Maybe it does not show because they are links.
Oh,
I'm not sure.
Could be. The worst case scenario, we will fix them in a minute. Just a second. Let me use another device that has already the access credentials so that we can do it. Of course, it has electricity, which doesn't. I'll do it after we end the broadcast. It will be easier for me to do it like that. But this is it, and I am looking forward to create this organization. The legal part is easy. It can easily be the church actually, and we need funding from individuals, not from corporations. I won't accept any funding from any corporation that I cannot identify the ownership of. So if a private person wants to send the funds through or sponsorship through their private company, that's fine. But if it's a public company, no, because public companies, you don't know who is actually managing it, and I will not accept any money that was generated by enslaving people. Okay, so let's put it like that. I want this to be the success of humanity, the success of humans, the success of individuals, and this information cannot be blocked anymore. This is out. This is already out there. This will be an open project on the research side. If Master Ivo is willing to lead that, I will support him 100%. He's the guy behind the theory and the practice of bringing it to this level. As I said, I'm not looking for credit. I'm not looking for money. I just want to be able to produce this as a household item and distribute it to companies that require electricity, to households. An interesting thing is, hey, this is a message. I have a message. I have a message for Elon Musk. Okay, hey, Elon, dude. Okay, you need to understand something. Charging the cars is not the way to go. Put one of these devices inside, and then you don't need the charging stations at all. How about that? And I am 100% sure, Elon, you know this already. You know this technology already. And I know what you're doing with SpaceX as well. All right. Lately, it looks like your gray hat became lighter color, closer to the white, but you're still not a white hat, because everything is being done in the background. Nobody, well, I won't say nobody, but most of the public does not even know that you have been to certain places that, let's say, does not have the same view of the sky at night. Let's put it like that. Okay. And lots of people went up to space using SpaceX or Blue Origin, which belongs to Amazon's owner, Jeff Bezos, and also what was his name? The British guy, owner of the Virgin brand, or at least in the past Virgin Airlines. Well, anyways, he has also this space organization, and people, civilians, went to the orbit of our planet using these companies. But for some reason, for somebody who is that interested in space and technology, Elon didn't go to space. Isn't that interesting?
You were referring to Richard Branson.
Yes, Richard Branson, yeah. And I think the Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos. I can't remember Richard Branson's company name. But anyways, so people can Google that and find that out. So isn't it interesting that Elon didn't go to space, even though he has a company that sends other people commercially to space? And no, Elon has been to space. I can confirm that, but not with his rockets. Let's put it that way. Elon, you're a good guy. I hope you have the best interest of humanity. Contact me. If you want, you can find a way to contact me. I am pretty sure. So hopefully this message reaches you. And I am a little upset about stealing my last name, but I think we can come to an agreement. So that's about it. Microphone, I'll give it back to you, Slavka, if you have any last words to say before we end the broadcast.
Yeah, that was a pretty great, strong message. Hope you will get some feedback from Elon.
Well, I tried to reach him before, and obviously he is extremely difficult to reach. I don't know, his cell phone has coverage off-world as well. You never know when he is around. But supposedly we live in the same country right now. He just lives in the wrong state, California. But other than that, hopefully he will contact me, and then we can take it from there. He already has this technology, you know. It's just
Obviously.
that somebody needs to put this out into the public view so that he can say, oh, well, I just took it from the public open source people. Scientists came up with this, crazy scientists, so let's use it. Because how can you say that if you knew this technology, that you produce electrical cars that needs to be charged all the time, that cannot go more than a couple of hours without charging, and who also uses fossil fuels to send rockets up into space, where this technology can easily be used for anti-gravity? And basically what we are doing here is we are manipulating the electric field, the ether, and that's how you create longitudinal vertical waves and basically get free of the limitations of gravity. It's also patented. Even the Navy's anti-gravity patent is available online. People just don't pay attention, but they will have to, because we are living in those times. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, this all sounds irrational, but we know that all goes through the same pattern: problem, reaction, solution.
Yes. Yeah, PRS, problem, reaction, solution. Yeah. It's always like that. So
even they know that they are just depleting this planet's resources. That's it.
Yeah, I agree. That's what they have been doing. And we can talk about other stuff later on in another video. And by the way, let's say where you are. You are in Slovakia. So hi to Slovakia from United States. And
hi to the world, hi to Europe, hi to US, to everyone.
Yeah, I'm Canadian, but I'm married to an American lady and living in the United States at this moment. So we will see good things. Good things are coming, but people have to also see the ugly stuff as well. Anybody who can help to continue this research, please contact me. It's very easy to contact me. It's my this life's last name is Yustein, Yustein, at me.com, or 27@27.fyi is also easy to remember. You can contact me there as well. And I need funding to continue this, to make this available to the public. So contact me. If you're a good person, if you're a bad person, I will understand it immediately. So don't even try to contact me. Okay? Elon, we need to talk. So let's end the broadcast. Yeah.
Keep going. Move this forward. It should be widely disseminated. This year, next year, upcoming years are game changers. We know that. Also, if you are creative in any way, just start, do that, create new things. We need everyone's idea. The creativity is gonna make that change that we want to see around us.
Yeah.
And the world.
Oh, one last thing before I end the broadcast is, behind me is a bunk bed. Okay. And this room was actually, I reserved this room with my wife for my kids. I have triplets. They are getting closer to 15 years old now. I haven't heard from them since they were 3 years old. The last time I saw them was at their third birthday in Toronto. Their mother didn't accept any kind of contact from me. And I couldn't reach them as well, but I would like to dedicate this broadcast, this video, to my kids. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. They were born on the 2nd of 7th month in 2007. So basically the number 272772 comes into play. My birthday is also the similar thing. It's 3/9. I just had my 50th birthday. So this is a gift to the world on my 50th birthday. I just had it 2 days ago. I became 50. It's the golden jubilee. And this is my last incarnation on this planet, but I will not leave before it is completely freed. And after that, we have other business in other parts of this solar system, the galaxy, and the universe, and also the other universes. My plate is full as Metatron. Let's put it this way: I was going to actually first call the names of my kids, 2 boys and a girl, and in alphabetical order. Let's do it like that. Nathan, my son, and Renee is my daughter, and Victor is my other son. So Nathan, Renee, and Victor, I love you guys very, very much. Contact me, please. It's about time that we create the connection again. It has been too long. I miss you a lot. You're always in my mind, always, always in my mind. Please contact me. All right, you can come and stay. This bunk bed is for the boys in this room. There is another room for Renee, so she can be on her own without the brothers harassing her. I am pretty sure if they were in the same room, there will be fights. But the boys can use the bunk bed in this room. There are enough rooms in this house. It's a big house. So that's the, I guess, end. I was going to say a couple of other things, but we have talked enough. I hope this video reaches many people, okay? I wanted to do something solid instead of talking about the ETs, the bad ETs, the good ETs, the Sumerian times, who I am, about the numbers, the miracles and everything. That's very nice, but I finished that information. I gave that information. I don't like repeating. And currently, the current state in the world, I do not call them white hats if they are in control. Whoever is in control is not the white hats at all. At best, they are gray hats. And I also have a message for them as well. Start thinking about the consequences of your actions based on the result of how it is affecting the public. All right. So at one point, you will have to face the music, whatever color of hat you have, because so many people have died, so many people have suffered and suffering at this moment. Come on, there is no need for this stupid fights, even though let's say that they are just scenarios that are being played on TV. Still doesn't matter. People are losing their homes, they are losing their lives. Just come out and then full disclosure, say that humanity has been a slave of negative ETs forever nearly on this planet. And that's why we actually reincarnated many, many times here for thousands of years to finally save this planet. Soon, more information, hopefully, from the sources that people listen to, because I'm just a guy, according to them, unless I come from the sky, flying with unicorns, pulling a chariot with flames in the back, they will not believe me. And that's what they are expecting. And that's maybe I will try to do someday, but today that's not my concentration. So I hope these people like President Putin, I'm not even going to say the name who is in the White House here, because that's another story. But hopefully, at least the Russian president will come out and then disclose that the real reason why they are in Ukraine and space arcs in Russia, in Ukraine, in the Atlantic, in Brazil and other places. I mean, when I say these, they are just theories, conspiracy theories for people. But if President Putin comes out on TV and then shows certain things, then people will believe. Anyways, we are looking for a nice future. All right, I am ending the broadcast, Slavka, unless you have something to say, and we should contact right away after this privately to talk about the project.
Yeah, I agree. And see you next time in the next broadcast.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. I will contact you right away just after ending the broadcast.
Okay, thank you everyone for joining. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Bye.
Bye.